How to graph a quadratic equation in standard form. A quadratic equation is y equals ax squared plus bx plus c. The first step you're going to do is you're going to find the axis of symmetry, which is x equals opposite b divided by 2a. That's to find the axis of symmetry. Then you have to take your x value to find and put that into your equation, and that will get your y value. So that's going to be your vertex, or like the lowest or highest point, depending on which way your graph is facing. And then you're going to make a table to help you find at least two more points or 4 more points to make your graph. So we're going to look at this first one. So your first step is always to find your axis of symmetry. So it's x equals the opposite of your b value. So it's a, b, c, opposite of your b value, which is going to be 2, over 2 times your a value, which is 1. So 2 divided by 2 is going to give us that x equals 1. Then my second step is I'm going to put 1 into my equation to find my vertex, or my y value. So I have y equals, it's going to be 1 squared minus 2 times 1 minus 3. So 1 squared is 1 minus 2 minus 3. So that's going to give us a -4. So my vertex is 1, comma, -4. From there, I'm going to make my table. So I have x and my y values. I'm going to put my vertex in the middle, and I'm going to find 1 point to the left and 1 point to the right. So I have 0 and 2. So I'm going to put 0 in for my equation. So I have y equals, I'm going to put 0 in for x, 0 squared minus 2 times 0 minus 3. So I have y equals 0 minus 0 minus 3. So y equals -3. So that's going to be my value over here. I'm also going to substitute 2 in. So I have y equals, taking this from the equation up here, it'd be 2 squared minus 2 times 2 minus 3. So 2 squared is, so I got 4 minus 3. So my 2 is going to be a -3. I'm going to plot my vertex. So it's going to be at 1, -4. And then I'm going to plot 0, -3, and 2, -3. My graph is going to face up because my a value in my equation is positive. So my a value is positive, so it's going to face up. And this is now my parabola. I'm going to do the same thing for the next one. So I have 1, so I have my first step, x equals my opposite of my b value, which is 8, over, then it's going to be 2 times my a value, which is 2. So 8 divided by 4, so x is going to give me 2. My second step is I'm going to find my vertex. So I'm going to put my x into my equation. So I have 2 times 2 squared minus 8 times 2 plus 6. So I would do what's in the parentheses first. So I have 2 squared, which is going to give me 4, times 2. So I have 8 minus 16 plus 6. So I have 8 minus 16 plus 6, which is going to give me my y value of -2. So that means my vertex is 2, comma, -2. From there, I'm now going to make my table of values. So I have my x and my y. So I'm going to put my vertex in the middle. I'm going to put 1 and 3 on the outside. So now I have to take my, let's get this up. Now I'm going to take my 1 and substitute it into the equation. So I have 2 times 1 squared minus 8 times 1 plus 6. So I have 1 squared, which is 1, times 2. So I have 2 minus 8 plus 6. That means that my value is going to be 0. I'm going to do the same thing for the 3. So I have 2, and I have 3 squared minus 8 times 3 plus 6. I'm then going to take 3 squared, which is going to give me 9, times 2 is 18. So you always do what's in the parentheses first, squared, minus 24 plus 6, which is also going to give me 0. So I'm going to plot my vertex, which is at 2. So it would be 2, negative 2. And then I'm going to plot 3, 0, and 1, 0. Here is my parabola. I also can tell if it's facing up because of my a value. My a value, this number 2, is positive, so it's facing up. Let's say it was a negative 2, it actually faced down, so your vertex would be your maximum point and it would face down.